Here we go. All right, everyone. Welcome to DG360. Now, I'm telling you right now, I hate talking about financials. I used to love it. I'm a trader. I'm telling you, when it comes to Star Citizen, the reason I hate talking financials is every time I start to talk financials, I lose like so many people. In fact, you're going to watch the number on this stream go down. Anytime I talk about anything financial with Cloud Imperium, I lose subscribers, I lose support, and you know what? Frankly, I wonder what that's really saying. Like, what is that? What is the underlying current behind those people leaving? You know, what is it? Is it that they don't want to have to deal with the business? They don't want to deal with like the actual money maker, the machine that Cloud Imperium is in order to continue this project that we all love, that we all want to be successful, most of us, you know? What is that underlying current? But anyhow, let's get serious business mode. Thank you, Razor. Speaking of money, thank you, Razor, for those biddies, dude. Thank you. And Apollo says, but it's our money we are looking at. And that's another reason why I used to focus on financials a lot. And, admittedly, my financial coverage has gone down the tubes. And it's sad. It's really sad. Like, I loved talking about it, but nobody else did. So let's see how it goes now. And let's see if we're right. Let's see if what I say will in fact happen again. Apparently somebody's been watching the funding page very closely here. Not just one person, but two people on Spectrum have posted that's taken some notice. Interestingly enough, Booch and I were talking about this. We got a SIG financial section in our Discord. We were talking about it way before this happened, a couple days, about what we were noticing. And that is the company's house filing that landed. And these people, these two people, this Dragon asks, why is the funding stats page suddenly showing a loss of 1.5 million? Now, initially I saw this and I go, wait, what? What is going on here? Then there was another post. 1.5 million of the collection have disappeared. Can someone explain something? So here's the explanation. And again, take this with a grain of salt because it's me speculating here. All right? And first off, I want to put in how I love the idea, the concept, this whole process, and I respect the people of Cloud Imperium. All right? Let me just put that on the table first. All right? That, in fact, I am in support of this becoming a reality, that I am in support of the hardworking people of Cloud Imperium, that I know real work is happening, that I know real people get paychecks. I understand all of that. But when I start to see posts like this, it gets me nervous. And I'm wondering, what's the truth in this? Right? Like, what is actually going on? This isn't something I found out. This is something people started noticing. And then, hey, boom. 1.5 million of the collection have disappeared. Can somebody explain something? Says Sir Fufu. And here, this guy must be watching this page really closely, which is crazy. This guy is using this as an example. I don't know why he's using these pictures as an example. So I said to myself, where can I go to get the actual physical numbers? Where does the math line up? And the only thing that we have as a community to look at that is a source that is personally, in my opinion, credible, that, that is actually doing a good job at tracking revenue is a site right here on a spreadsheet that I've used many times in the past on other videos. It is a crowdfunding development spreadsheet run by people that is like a third-party spreadsheet that does a very good job at tracking total revenue. All right? Now, if you go down to the date in question, which I think was sometime in October, let's go down. I want to show everybody what's going on here with this 1.5 million because it's, it's a little startling. You can see that, in fact, this has reported a 1.4 million deduction, a takeaway, if you will. So on the 5th of October, we are at $315,350.13. And then on October 6th, we went down by a very large amount. I mean, I mean, in the terms of the whole project, 1.5 million is a drop in the bucket. 1.4 million because we're at the 315 million mark, but it's still $1.5 million. So we have to ask, where did that money go? Now, some people are saying, hey, this is a bug. Could be. I mean, like, I'm not ruling that option out. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a bug. So then I had to ask myself, like, what is it? Right? And, you know, who knows? It might come out that it is a bug. I could be wrong. Again, I want you guys to understand that this is speculative in nature, okay? This is just from my personal experience trading the stock market for 10 plus years, knowing financials, knowing the general concept of capitalism and business in America. It's what we're going off of here, okay? Booch and I had some really interesting conversation. We're going to rewind here in our Discord. And you guys can find it in the SIG Financials area. Been talking a lot of financials with Bucha lately. And first, let me just clear Bucha, clear his name. There's going to be a lot of people that are upset about this. Bucha was a venture capitalist very early on. He went into the project with the mind of, hey, this looks cool. I want to put some money into it. I'm going to invest. He physically put money into the project. How much? I'm not sure. He didn't divulge it. I understand. It's okay. It's his prerogative. He can keep that to himself. It's fine. But in my mind, it sounded substantial. And he put that money in, and for whatever reason, he was dissatisfied. He pulled the money out. He didn't, it was probably timeline. Because as an investor in the investor world, you want to make money on your money. Okay? So I get it. In the real world, he's a venture capitalist. He wants to make money. It's an investment, an actual financial investment. We're not talking about an emotional investment. We're talking about when Cloud Imperium was taking in money. So when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to somebody who's used to looking at the numbers, who also trades, as a trader, I understand where he's coming from. We have that in common, Bucha and I. We can talk about financials and not worry about anything else other than financials. So I just wanted to, let you guys know that while he might be, he has the talk that I have had with Bucha is, yes, he's still upset, but he's put it in the past, in the rear view mirror, like when you have a bad relationship with the girlfriend, right? And you just don't want to keep, thinking about the bad relationship that you had with a girlfriend. We don't agree on a few things in terms of the project, but when we talk about finances and when we talk about the money aspect of things, Booch is pretty dead on with money. And so am I. Okay? So let's just get all that out of the air next. See how much I have to put into this? Do you understand? This is how much I have to put in, because I will continually, as I talk about financials, lose subscribers and support. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I speak on the real. I speak on the real. So next, let's rewind. Now we got that out of the way. Booch and I were talking about what we noticed here on Company's House. What is Company's House? Company's House is like Britain's version or England's version of the IRS. The companies there are public and they show, in fact, what the companies do financially. I used it on prior videos. I've used company houses quite often in order to see what's going on with the business, with the actual money inside Cloud Imperium. If you guys are curious about that, go to the channel. I talk about it ad nauseum, all right? At least I used to. So what we can see here, and again, this is live on stream right now. There might be a few errors, okay? I want people to understand why we're talking about this. There's going to possibly be me some missteps, some areas where I'm not 100% bang on. But it looks to me like what we're seeing here are a few documents being filed, and I will put these links in the highlight, as it were. And we all know that we have not seen any profit being posted by Cloud Imperium for quite some time. And we all know that I want Cloud Imperium to start posting a profit. And people would disagree with me, but I get into great length about talking why I think it's important that they do. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. But there's certain things that you cannot do according to your business, what I want to say, your business model. If you're not a profitable company, that you can't do in order to pay a dividends. Okay. What we're seeing here is a statement made by directors. We're seeing a solvency statement. And again, you guys can check this out. The following special resolution was duly passed on September 17, 2020 by way of written resolutions pursuant to Chapter 2, Part 13, blah, 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 Companies Act by the members of the company holding at least 75% of the total voting rights of the company who at the date of the resolution will be entitled to attend and vote at a general meeting of the company, special request, blah, 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 blah. So there we see the papers. There we see the filing at Companies House. Here we see the signatures from the board. We can see that here's a solvency statement signed by directors of the company. On September 15th, they signed this. And here's a statement of capital for reduction supported by solvency statement. So what I believe is happening and what we are seeing is a dividend payout. Now, how is this relatable? That is the question. This is where we get very speculative. This happened. Okay, these documents were filed. This is fact. Why they were, most likely dividend payouts. Again, opinion. Okay, and to note, like Bucha says, the UK Companies House is the most completely audited financials of only a part of 6 business transactions. The US side is not audited. Okay, so there's multiple business entities that Cloud Imperium has. Okay, what I believe is happening is that they're paying themselves a dividend of some sorts. Now, the next question is this. The timing seemed very odd because Booch and I were talking about this days ago, way before anybody seen anything about the $1.5 million that was gone. And the amount is pretty close. It came to like 936,000 pounds when it came to one of the documents here, which is like 1.1 or $1.2 million. Those amounts almost jive up, but they don't. What I'm worried is, and not sure of, and again, this is speculative, is perhaps this tracker tracks the pure value of Cloud Imperium. I always thought it was just revenues. But perhaps what this is showing is Cloud Imperium's net value. And perhaps what is happening here is that the dividend that they will be paying themselves, again, this is just my line of thinking, is being pulled from this area. That is one possibility. I would like some type of statement to be had. Whatever's happening, this is one thing for sure. I would like some type of statement. I don't think, again, you're going to see a lot of people that's like, well, they're a private company. Generally speaking, yes. On the UK side of things, they are not. But and so a lot of people are going to say, well, they don't have to tell you anything, DG. No, they don't. But they've always been transparent before, and in good faith, I would like to see them, I would like to see them say something on the issue, rather than seeing people post it on Spectrum. Like seeing people noticing it on Spectrum, I would like to see like Cloud Imperium and Chris talk about this. Where is that $1.5 million? Did we lose it? Is it a bug? Are we using money from backers to pay ourselves? Like what exactly is going on? And like also, Booch is saying the funding tracker is not a window into the bank accounts of Cloud Imperium. Right. It's not the gospel of exactly what's going on accounting wise. Absolutely. So just so you guys know, this crowdfunding worksheet is not the Bible, is not the written word of exactly what is going on inside of Cloud Imperium. Bucha is correct. You know, but it's the best information available. And the question becomes, has it happened before? And I agree with him. When has it happened? And why has it happened? Bucha found that it has happened in the past. And I also found that it has happened as well, according to this spreadsheet. So that is that. As expected, I have lost the audience that I had once had. If you're still watching, I believe that if you're still watching, you actually really care about Star Citizen in a way that is much deeper and meaningful. Like, I know it might sound crazy to a lot of people, but I really think that if you sat here and you listened to this and you were worried about this and that you care about this and that you took the time out to listen to all of this, the presentation of the information, my opinions maybe on what's going on, that you care about Star Citizen much more deeply than the average backer. And good. And these questions should be asked. And this should be answered. We are funding the game. Like, it's us. Some people would say, well, they can do with whatever the money that they want to do. Yeah, they can. But as somebody who cares, who's putting this money, who's pledging to them, buying ships, their ship sales, it's not pledging. Again, opinion. As somebody who's doing that, I would like to see this money being managed well. I would like to see how they're using it. They're not, and thus far, they have been wonderfully transparent. But on this issue, I would definitely want some type of transparency. It is very important to me and a lot of people in my community. I can guarantee you, we got a lot of hardcore Star Citizens here. And I can guarantee you they want to know what happened to the 1.5 million. They want to know if it's a bug. They want to know if it's being taken away from their complete net value. If the Star Citizen tracker is like a way to track complete value, and maybe that's what's pulling that number down. If they're using backer money, if they're actually taking backer money to pay themselves dividends. This is something that needs to be answered. Regardless. It has been found by people in the Spectrum community. It has been found by people here in the DG360 community. And I think it is very important. Thank you. And now we'll get back to the stream.